Today is Daily Cyber number 104. So I'm changing a little bit of the format. Thanks to, a lot for the guys on peerlyst putting some comments through. And just let me know some of the things you guys want me to change with the video format, as well as some of the information that I'm providing. I just want to thank you so much. It's been amazing to be able to get the feedback and just keep growing. And I want to thank everyone that's watching my videos. I mean, it's amazing to just keep going and enjoy this process. So I'd like to thank you so much. So today is Daily Cyber number 104. What I want to cover is a couple things just quickly. I want to keep the videos, like, again, down to about 5 minutes. Something it came up today was looking at cybersecurity in a holistic view, right? Thinking about your family, your own person, your own technology, the company you work for, or maybe a company you have, right? Looking at a 360 review of how are you setting up your systems, how are you testing your systems, and then also after you've set up your system, you've tested your systems, you've got it running, are you doing redundancy and looking at your backups and recovering from your backups? Not just setting it and forgetting it, that you're having backups, but are you recovering from your backups and making sure that they work? More people are going to cloud type services, but the question is, can you restore from them? Is the data being fragmented? Is there going to be any issues in recovering? And I think one thing you have to do, if it's at least every quarter, is look at your systems, draw it out almost like a map, right? And then look at which ones you need to test to recover. So if that's your cell phone, if that's your laptop, your desktop, hard drive, making sure you get access to the data. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you look to go recover from an outage and the data is not viable to recover from. So you run into errors, you run into issues, and then also now you're kind of going, oh my god, what am I going to do, right? So really look at that when it comes to redundancy and when it comes to cybersecurity. We have all these systems in place. You need to look at, okay, I'm going to keep them secure, I'm going to keep them encrypted, I'm going to have a password, I have 2 points of authentication, where you have, like, for example, a password, and then maybe you get text out a security code that you have to punch in as well, so you have 2 forms of authentication. So you do all that great things, but then when you go to recover from all the systems you set up, you're not able to recover. And this is so important to do that right now, is to test it so you don't get too far down the road. Right? And again, systems change, cloud servers change. Make sure you have redundancies set up in the sense of, have your data in multiple areas as well, just in case something happens. And I mean, you got to have an antivirus program. Make sure you're scanning the data to make sure there's no viruses in that. Just so what happens is you're not transferring viruses up into the cloud and then restoring. Right? Make sure your data is clean as you're doing that as well. So these are some tips that I want to give you to look at, and this works for your personal solution, for your kids, family, things like that. If you have your own business, you're self-employed, you gotta look at your self-employed business. You gotta look at, or if you have your own small business, are you doing the same things? Now, big corporations do this, and again, I assume, I'm not sure, but I know a lot of companies do testing to test their backups, to run different strategies to make sure their backups are viable, that they're not going to have any issues. But small companies, entrepreneurs, I know don't do that a lot because they don't think about it. They're thinking about growth strategies, building their business, making money. We're not thinking about testing their backups. And this is like a little bit of an IT, but this is also security, because if you look at ransomware, right? If you ever get hit with ransomware, you have 2 options: 1, to pay the ransom, or 2, to look at restoring from a different solution. For example, if you're restoring your system from a backup, maybe even just installing, if you have images and you're installing the image and then putting the data over on top, like your applications and your data. Whatever that solution or strategy might be, you want to make sure you test it to make sure it's working, and you keep testing it. So that's it for today's video. I just want to keep it under 5 minutes. Don't forget, software is hackable, being connected is vulnerable, and I'll see you next video.